Hey guys, we're back. Yep, I've motivated enough when I've got something on my mind or I've got an idea or a topic or something I want to talk about, I tend to just go ahead and make another video. And I have the time in which to be able to do so. So Monroe and I are back. My first video is currently uploading. Hopefully it won't take all afternoon in which to do that, but it's, when they're longer videos, they tend to take forever uploading. And I still can't get my YouTube app on my phone to work, and I don't know why. It's only since I did an update to my phone. I feel like every time I do an update to my phone, something stops working. And this time, this update, multiple things stopped working, and I just think it's probably a crap update. That's all I can say. Okay, so I'm back. How far is too far? That's the topic. Why and what I'm referring to is our role playing. Role playing, props that we buy, the things we buy for our dolls. So here's why it's come up. So people have asked many a times what this is on her foot, and I've explained it before in another video. And what this is an Owlet sock monitor. And if you're not aware, you can Google search it, and it's a baby monitor that measures oxygen levels, heart rate, things of that nature that you can track, and it'll alert you if the baby stops breathing, something changes that's, an emergency, it'll alert. So it's a really unique, cool system. And if my living babies, if this was around when my kids were young, I would for sure have had them for my babies. And so as a prop, I have purchased one. And clearly I can't use it, obviously, because she doesn't have a heart rate, she doesn't have oxygen levels, all of that. But it is for just a prop. That's it. That's only what it's for. Obviously, some people out there think that would be going too far with, props and things to buy our dolls. I disagree. It's whatever adds to my realism. It's just like anything else that I would do for a living baby. It carries over into how I collect, just like having a nursery, having all of the baby furniture, having all of the things that a living baby would need. Literally, I could bring a living baby home to this nursery and it could live in here and be perfectly healthy, fine, and happy and have everything that it needs. Unless it were a boy, because I don't have anything for boys. But this is just one of the many ways that I enjoy using props with my baby. And so every time you guys see me change her out of a sleeper, because I would only put it on her like in a sleeper when she's awake during the day, I wouldn't probably put this on her, but it's meant for like nighttime or long stretches of nap times for babies, especially newborn babies when they come home. My oldest daughter had breathing problems when she was born. So she was in the NICU for a week because she had inhaled meconium. And so she came home with a heart monitor. Like there were the sticky little, I don't know what they call the little sticky round tabs that actually go on the baby's chest in a couple of places that you put little electrodes on. And so I literally had one of those monitors for the first month of my daughter's life. And let me tell you, we never had any issues. She was breathing just fine, but it was a precaution. But that monitor would go off because the electrode got loose. So that was like the fastest I had ever gotten up out of bed in the middle of the night, is the multiple times that happened while we had that monitor. So this is just a newer, up-to-date, non-hospital type of, monitor. So this is why I would totally use one of these, which is why I thought it was a great little prop. So that's what she's wearing on her foot. So it's all wireless. So if it were to be working, there's no wires and things, which thinking back, like with my oldest daughter, like there were like it wasn't wireless. There were cords that we had to kind of pull out and from to the side of her sleepers and things like that. So it really wasn't the safest thing, and I'm sure they've updated things now these days. But yeah, so I guess that's why I enjoy it as a prop, because I had gone through that with my oldest daughter. But that begs the question, like, people look at us, and even within the community, other collectors think that some of us go too far and use too many props and think it's just kind of, they roll their eyes at us, things of that nature. And to me, I just think it adds to the fun of, pretending with our dolls. And I don't necessarily role play, but I really enjoy watching others role play with their dolls. So I like the props. I don't typically role play a whole lot, especially in video. Like if I'm spending time with her, I talk to her. I do things like I would with a living baby, I do with her. So it's just whatever the realism is. And so it sparks that question. And I think that for a lot of other people, especially non-collectors, they think we're absolutely wasting money. Like for some of us that do buy like formula, I don't buy formula. I got a free pack years ago now. Formulas, they were little sample sizes that I keep in my diaper bag as a prop. And it was like, I believe it was from Similac, where you subscribe and they send you a starter kit. It's to sell their product basically, but they give you little trial packs and things. Since I only use them for props, I don't buy it regularly, and I didn't have to buy that. So I won't go out and buy formula just to have as a prop. But there are many collectors that do, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it also gets looked at from perhaps other collectors and also non-collectors that we're buying like disposable diapers on a regular basis. It's bad for the landfill. It's bad for our planet. And why would you take away when there could be another infant somewhere, a living infant that could use it? That sort of attitude. I've gotten weird comments about things of that nature on several of my videos. So it begs the question, guys, do we take it too far when we are doing this sort of props and role play and the things we buy for our dolls? My opinion is no. I realize that there are a lot of babies out there that are in need, but I can give back in other ways, but by not buying baby products and not buying the things that I want for props for my doll isn't going to affect directly a child that's in need. That's how I view it. Not everybody may feel the same way. And I'm putting this on. This is a sleeper. It's a Jacquetie sleeper that I actually saw Erica put on Layla. I forgot I even had this. And then I went, oh, I'm going to put it on Monroe so she can match her cousin Layla if Layla's still wearing hers. So yeah, I mean, this is something that's come up. It's come up a lot because people have, non-doll collectors have watched my channel. It's mostly non-doll collecting people. Most doll collectors get why, obviously, we're buying things for our dolls. But non-doll collectors, people outside of our community, think that we might be taking away from children in need, babies in need. And I disagree with that. I mean, I donate and give money and things, and I donate clothes when I'm done using them, type of things. So I do give back for children in need. I don't know if it goes to the children in need, honestly, because I can't track where money donations go or baby clothes, where do they end up. I really don't know. But it's a nice idea to think that it goes to the right place, but we don't generally know unless you're fully involved and connected, like from one end to the other. But do I feel bad about buying props for my dolls? Not at all. I feel like I'm doing our economy a service, because I'm always constantly buying things for my dolls or doll. And I don't know, it's how I enjoy it. It's part of how I enjoy the hobby, and that's my prerogative to do so. So it's just a question I wanted to ask you guys, and I'd love your feedback, because it's come up yet again. Not to mention the last few videos, people have been asking what that is on her foot. So I thought, I'll kill two birds with one stone to answer the question and also talk about the topic in general. So is it too far? I don't think it's too far. But that's just one person's opinion, and I'm a doll collector, and clearly I buy a lot of props for my dolls, you know. It's just like buying the DockATot. It's just like buying her pod that you see off into the distance. Where is it? Right there. It's all of the things that we buy. I mean, having bottles for our dolls, having disposable diapers, which I do have, but it's an old pack of newborn Pampers that I've had for like forever and a day. Yeah, I mean, what are your thoughts, guys? I don't think it's too far. I don't think it's too much. I think it's just right. It's out there for us to have and to enjoy with our dolls. Then I say, woohoo, let's do it. You know, I am all for helping children in need, but I get kind of tired of people comparing us, like, or making the comparison that if you like these non-living dolls, you should put your time and effort and money into, you know, children that are in need. Like, people associate our hobby with the fact that we feel this need and we should go adopt or we should go give to charities. And it kind of baffles me to how many comments that do come up like this, because like, it's people outside of the community that have said these things. And clearly they don't understand the whole idea of a hobby of doll collecting. And they don't even realize that it is a hobby. I'm thinking a lot of people stumble across our videos and go, what are these people doing? Why are they doing this? Because they don't have a full understanding of the hobby. And some people, it's not out there enough. Some people have never heard of realistic doll collecting. They just haven't. It's one thing to have, you know, collect dolls, you know, porcelain dolls, Cabbage Patch dolls, Barbies, you name it, dolls of all different kinds. They're more toys versus lifelike, artistic, realistic baby dolls. And so some people still just don't get it. And so they're like blown away, first time ever seeing something like that. And then they immediately associate it with, you must be in need of having a child, go adopt, go give to charity. And that's exactly where it goes every time with people that just have never seen this sort of thing before. I can chuckle about it, but it really does get a little old after a while if you've encountered it several times, which I've encountered it many times on my channel. And I always have the same type of response to people. I do respond to them. I'm very kind. And I just have to explain that it's a hobby and that I have children of my own. I've done my time. This is just purely for joy and fun. And usually they don't respond. Occasionally people respond. It just depends. But yeah, I mean, just it begs the question. So as a fellow collectors out there, do you think it's going a bit too far? Is it too much? Let me know your thoughts. I'm curious. And do you guys ever get these types of comments on your channels? Those of you that are channel creators, that you put out regular content, do you get these types of comments under your videos? I know a couple of you do, because I've seen videos on it or discussions on it. But every time it happens, especially when I get a plethora of them on multiple videos, it sparks me to want to talk about it, because then if you guys know that it's a common thing and maybe why people comment, you know, it's easier to understand and kind of be like, oh, they're just a non-doll collector. They don't get it. They don't get what we're doing, and then maybe not feel like hurt by the comment, because sometimes they can be quite mean. Most of the time, the comments I get are not mean. They're not hateful. They're just because people truly just don't understand and they're just completely baffled by it. But yeah, it's just an interesting question to pose. And if you noticed, I changed her back out of the darker color diaper because I put a white sleeper on her so it wouldn't show through. I will show you real quick. Here she is, and here's a good example of this particular diaper being on her in the way that this sleeper fits her. It pushes this leg down further than some of the other stuff that she wears. And it's got a little dragonfly on the chest of it, and then this pretty petal neck collar on it. And this is going to bug me. I might have to iron that. But there it is, guys. There's Monroe. She's going to hang out in her pajamas today with Mama. And we're going to probably watch a movie. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And Monroe and I will see you all very, very soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.